Good evening, family. Here's Damian Wilson coming to you with another Signs of the Times message. Basically, I want to go over FEMA drill, FEMA text alert drill, presidential text alert drill. In this article, I want to share with you too. Basically, FEMA's doing an emergency broadcast drill on all cellular devices in the United States, and it was supposed to be September 20th, if I'm not mistaken. It is today, but they had changed it to October 3rd, excuse me. And I read another article saying they changed it to October 8th. So maybe from the 3rd to the 8th, most likely going to be a lot of FEMA presidential alert text messages, so-called presidential, but FEMA text message alerts going out across all cellular devices. This is an article from Somewhere with Bones, and the title of the article is called FEMA Takeover in the Presidential Alert System. On October 3rd, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, will test a previously unused presidential mobile alert system that pushes an emergency action message to every active cellular device in the United States. The test was initially scheduled for 2:18 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursday, which is today, but was postponed due to disaster relief efforts associated with Hurricane Florence, officials said. Which, FEMA's down there rounding up people. That's probably why why the news coverage really has been on the streets, in the streets and stuff. FEMA rounding up people down there. Continuing on, our source, a high-ranking FEMA official speaking under condition of anonymity, said persons worried about an October 3rd FEMA takeover can put their minds at ease, at least for the moment. FEMA will not be knocking down doors on that day, he said, but be warned. This is a test. This test is a prelude to a FEMA takeover sometime in the near future. And no, I do not know the date, but it will happen. The name of the alert system, he added, is a misnomer despite being called the Presidential Alert System. The president neither constructs nor controls the text message, That responsibility falls on FEMA's Honcho Brock Long or one of his subordinates who trigger the test from FEMA's DC headquarters or the, if necessary, a mobile command center. FEMA has become totally autonomous ever since it was absorbed into the DHS Department of Homeland Security. Its powers have grown exponentially. The agency has become obsessed with controlling and manipulating the population in times of crisis, and the introduction of the Presidential Alert System has strengthened its ability to do just that, our source added. The October 3rd test will provide FEMA with real-time analysis and reactions on how many cellular devices receive the broadcast. He said the agency would likely conduct several tests before actually moving against the population. And while those tests is going on, the average person, everyday person that's not awakened by the Most High, and the Most High then open up their eyes to see the truth, they're gonna just think it's a game and think it's another boy cry wolf call and stuff like that. But they are distracting people with television shows, music, anything to keep the population mind off of the real things that's about to come down on this planet, and that's about to happen across America and across the world as a whole. Such as the return of Nephilim, talked about in the scriptures, if I'm not mistaken, Genesis. Raphaim, Anak, you know, all of that, you know, and it was reported that United States military had a standoff. United States military Delta Force. I think it was a team. It was a subdivision above Delta Force, and they had a incursion with a 10-foot tall giant or 15-foot tall giant, red bear, you know. And he said the strength and agility was phenomenal for a person, for somebody his size. And it basically killed one of the killed one of the soldiers, sticking it with a spear, you know, chucking it on the spear and killing him. And they eventually thwarted the Nephilim giant because they had all clicked in and focused their target and fire on the face of the giant, basically the lower half, mouth, nose, around that area. Um, they said they took his jaw off and stuff, but they had to bring a helicopter and a cargo net to lift it off and take it to another base. And right before they had the encounter with the giant, they said they found human remains in the sand and up near the cave. Gun belts, helmets, walkie-talkies, belts with walkie-talkies and stuff like that. So these hybrid Nephilim giants are cannibals, you know. But continuing on, let me get back to this. At the appointed time, the the alert message will instruct gullible persons, people that are oblivious to the truth and don't care about the truth and just care about vanity things that really don't matter. One moment. Yeah, so yeah, basically just tricking the people that's oblivious and don't care about the truth into coming into Fema to seek shelter away from the elements outside. When in all actuality, once they get into that relocation center internment FEMA camp, it's going to be armed guards standing by and watching at the entrances so they cannot leave. Seek shelter at the nearest FEMA relocation center. Moreover, the system uses geo-targeting, so a person in Texas may receive an entirely different message than the person in California. One person's phone might say, "Sit tight," while another warns of imminent disaster if they don't immediately beat their feet to the nearest camp. Or the message might say, "FEMA agents are waiting to save you at such and such intersection. Go there now." They attenuate the message based on expected resistance. Our source said if they fail to heed the message in a timely fashion, that's when FEMA comes knocking at the door. A classified 2015 FEMA intelligence report predicts up to 15% of the population will resist declaration of martial law, and FEMA is believed to maintain a list of over 265,000 individuals deemed hazardous to its agenda. FEMA has the names, addresses, phone numbers of these people and outliers, as FEMA calls them, with the presidential alert system. They can target a specific block of phone numbers, like those belonging to American patriots, and send confusing messages designed to lure law-abiding citizens into FEMA's arms. This is part of their ultimate goal, our source said. People will be tricked because they will believe the message is coming from the president. Nothing can be farther from the truth, our source said. This is just another message of Signs of the Times. They soon to be moving this drill and taking it live. If you notice, this year we had I think two more false flags happened, and since uh the Florida Jacksonville landing one happened. Um, but yeah, we had at least more than four false flags scenarios this year with innocents being killed and being terminated and stuff. And there was a video on World Star Hip Hop of the Freemasonic policeman of that majority Stoneman Douglas, if I'm not mistaken, high school false flag shooting where they was outside the school and just running around, and one they got on the go-kart, ran away from the school where the shooter was inside the school, because they already know it wasn't a regular shooter. It was a most likely a FBI assassin or hunter, because yeah, this is just another message, a sign of the times. It's coming, family. It's time to wake up. Time to take heed. Stop playing around. Come back to the Most High. Repent, because the Most High is not playing no games. And these elitist demon devils is gonna try to enact their martial law, new world order agenda, and yeah, they so-called protecting their own, because Trump will not have 5G wireless radiation around his apartment or around his living quarters. So they only care about themselves and vanity, money, greed, blood, violence, and just things that's ungodly. Homosexuality, bestiality, conjuring up spirits, spirit cooking, just all wickedness. But it's time to just pay attention, because things is really heating up and they ready to make their move. Signs of the time signing out. Love y'all, family. Be safe out here. Stay aware.